Get ready for a life-changing journey in activation and motivation. Over 2 million people across 14 countries and 100 different industries has changed the course of their lives through training with the Sales King, Aaron Sansoni. Growing up underprivileged in a broken home in the outer suburbs of Melbourne, Australia, Aaron grew up one of 7 children crammed under the same roof. He spent most of his time playing basketball and thinking of business ideas that would change his life. By age 16, Aaron had realized his passion for sales and went into work from everything from door to door, over the phone, and face-to-face sales, breaking all records and achieving phenomenal results along the way. By age 23, Aaron had amassed almost a decade of sales experience and opened his first business education program company with the goal of helping sales professionals, business owners, and entrepreneurs to realize their full potential, a goal he still actively pursues.
I think from a selling perspective, you go a long way to hear someone who knows more about selling.
Phenomenal trainer. He won't only 2x, I think he'll 4x your business, if not more.
He is going to make about 20 millionaires, I think, in the next 12 months.
By his late 20s, Aaron had personally built a multi-million-dollar global empire, spanning media, venture capital, tech, e-commerce, events, and education. As a top mentor and educator, he has shared the stage with the likes of Sir Richard Branson, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Tim Ferriss, and thought leaders and business icons from around the globe. In the last decade, Aaron has built an array of award-winning education brands. Aaron has created success stories across the globe.
Helps you in all factors of your life, personal, business, and then sales.
As a direct result of working with Aaron, just even only one of his seminars has produced an extra $30,000 for him. This guy's stuff is incredible.
Just an hour and a half, 2 hours with Aaron, I've made $55,000 in commission.
$280,000 in the last 8 weeks.
Thanks, Aaron.
Aaron's personal clients have generated more than $5 billion in sales over 2015 alone. Aaron also puts his time and knowledge into the Kathleen Cagle Children's Fund, set up to help orphaned and underprivileged children living in Sri Lanka. Often called upon by top CEOs, athletes, and celebrities, Aaron truly is the new breed of selling superstar, now regarded as the world's #1 21st century sales authority. Would you please be upstanding and put your hands together for Mr. Aaron Sansoni.
Hey everybody, Aaron Sansoni here, world's #1 21st century sales authority, global business mentor, author, speaker, and recent nominee for Entrepreneur of the Year. And I'm so excited that you're going to be joining me as your mentor now in my program. So first of all, congratulations, welcome, you've done it, you've taken the first step. And that's just saying to yourself, do you know what? If I'm a business owner, or I'm an entrepreneur, or I'm a seller, or I want to get into business, you've taken the first step, which is saying I'm going to invest into myself and I'm going to find the skills that I need to change my business and my personal life around. So in this quick start guide, this quick session for you, I'm going to be sharing with you a few things, because here's what I promised you. I promised you that I'm going to be able to help you out at my trainings and my boot camps, which are coming up. But what I'm going to do is I want to instantly help you to start making money right now. So in this training, I'm going to give you a short training now with 4 key things I just want to share with you, just so you can instantly and immediately implement these things into your life and start seeing results straight away. So remember, I've been doing this now for over a decade. I've helped more than 300,000 people in 22 countries just like you to change their own personal and their business life. So what I'm going to be teaching you today, what I'm going to be sharing with you throughout the mentoring you're going to get from me, all of this comes from experience, not just from reading a book and deciding this sounds great, but actual experience. Because remember, aside from me doing this, aside from me teaching and training you in my education company, I spend half of my time running my super successful venture capital firm where I literally literally on a daily basis spend my time doing exactly what I'm teaching and showing you today. So remember, you are in great hands. I built more than 24 companies and brands for myself, and I've taught more than 300,000 people how to use this right around the world. So I'm going to be teaching you some things that are going to instantly and forever change your income and change your life as well. So this quick start guide, this is about you. This is about instantly implementing things into your life to get some instant results. So if you've come to me, you're looking for ways that you can increase your income, you can increase your influence. So if you're a business owner and you're watching this, or if you're an entrepreneur and you've got a few different companies that you're running at the moment, or if you're a sales professional right now and you're selling a product or a service, or if you're saying, hey, I want to get into business. Business can be that vehicle for me, that thing that I get into that starts to create wealth and money for me, you're in the right place. But all those four key things are going to come down to a couple of basic principles that I'm going to show you right now, and I'm going to take you more in depth as we go throughout this entire mentoring and training. I can promise you this, I've arranged more in this training package that you have, right? From the workshops to the online training to this training right now. I've got more training for you than you're going to know what to do with, because for me, my job is simple. I have created a massive education business around the world because I've got people just like you results. It's not because of the training and the content by itself. It's because of the implementation of that and the results that my students have. Now, you've already seen a ton of those students, and at the end of this today, I'm going to showcase a few more of those students and their results that they're getting, just like you, who learned about this, who took a leap of faith and invested in themselves to be able to change their own personal life. And you can see some of their journeys and their stories, and you can see the results that these guys are getting. It's not one person or two people, it's literally hundreds and thousands of people implementing this and getting the results I'm going to be sharing with you today. So what can we do right now? What are some of the things that you can do right now to start changing the way that you can influence and persuade? Well, here's one of the first key points I want to give you. One of the first key points of influence and persuasion, it comes down to dress. Now, for me, I'm not saying you need to wear a suit and tie, or I'm not saying you need to dress in a certain way. But what I've understood through my years of doing this and for my years of traveling the world and doing big business meetings and meeting individual people as well, is that we know, and psychologists have proven, that we make 11 assumptions about people in the first 7 seconds that we meet them. Think about that, right? We make 11 assumptions about people in the first 7 seconds that we meet them. Now, some of these assumptions are things that we recognize. So you might see someone and say, that person has a certain amount of money, or that person must be certainly educated by the way that they speak. Or there might be other unconscious things that you think about or assumptions that you make about that person. So how's that important for you as a business owner? Well, if meeting someone for the first time, it's critically important for you as a business owner or as anybody trying to influence somebody, we have to make sure that we put ourselves in a position where we can influence other people consciously and subconsciously as well. So what that means is you've got to find some way that you can look the way you need to look to make sure that people understand that you're the person that they can do business with. Let me ask you a question. If you have a product or a service that can help people's lives, or maybe help them to create more income or something like that, what are they going to be expecting when they meet you? What are they going to be expecting when they first have a chat with you? I mean, we're going to talk later on about what you say when you engage, one of the things later on here. But when they first meet you, they're looking for a certain type of a person. Now think about it. I'm not saying that you need to wear a tie. In fact, I don't wear a tie all the time. For me, there's only a few times throughout the year that I might wear a tie. But other times I might wear an open shirt or I might wear a t-shirt. But there's an appropriate time that I wear the appropriate amount of things because I'm influencing and persuading. I mean, if I went into a boardroom and I was wearing a t-shirt, how is that going to be able to influence that person that's going to be in there? So one of the things I want you to consider before you come to any of my training or before you start looking at this is think about that. If other people are making assumptions about you on the way that you dress and the way that you are looking, now I don't mean physical beauty, I mean the way that you're dressing, the way that you're presenting yourself, how you do your hair, or if you do your hair, or what sort of colors that you're wearing. I want you to understand this, that if in a world where there's so much competition and so many people are out there that are trying to outdo you, What can you do just to give you that little bit of an edge? And that's what this is about. This is about sharing with you things that instantly you can do to get that edge. Now, when I first started and I couldn't afford, amazing tailored suits and all the things that I have these days, I literally had to go out and borrow clothes from people. I had to go to the op shop bins. I had to go to anyone I could to try and find some clothes so that people would see me and they'll take me instantly seriously. Now, this is from when I first started. When I first started off in sales, when everybody else would wear an ill-fitting suit and not wear a tie, I was the person wearing a tie. I was the person investing in the things that I could wear because I wanted the people inside my company and I wanted my customers outside of my company to take me absolutely seriously. So think about it like this. There's a few different colors. Like today, I'm wearing pink. Now, pink is an influence color. Now, I'm wearing pink because I want to influence you today to be able to implement these things into your life and into your business, because I have a goal. And my goal is that you become a raving fan of what I do, a tribe member of what I do. You get amazing results and you get to come and join me to help me educate others right around the world. So my job today is to influence you to take action with this training and implement it into your own life. And that's the reason why I'm wearing pink today. So pinks and purples are a great color for that. Or maybe you want to be in a role where you're just communicating. So you might want to start to look at blues. Blues and whites are great for leading people or communicating. Or you might want to make a statement. You want to make a message, a big statement so people can see you. You might want to look at yellows, or you might want to be able to look at reds. They're great statement colors for you as well. So you can have a great polo shirt, if you're a male, or a great blouse if you're a female. You don't have to just dress in a certain way. But here's the question I'm asking you, and here's what I want you to think about right now in this quick start training. Can you improve the way that you instantly impact people when you first meet them? If they're going to make assumptions about you, can you start to influence those assumptions they make about you when you first meet them? So think about it. What's one or two items of clothing that you could upgrade in your wardrobe? Where is a shop that you can go down to, even if you can't afford the best stuff right now? Where can you go down to and grab a couple new shirts if you're a man, or a few ties, or a blazer? I mean, you can put on a jacket like this over top of a t-shirt and instantly, you're going to look more professional. Or if you're a female, what can you do to start being seen more professional? Now, I'm not saying just more corporate, I'm saying more professional, so people look at you and know they're dealing with somebody that knows what they're doing in their life. Whether you're a small business owner or whether you're a big business owner, this is a key principle that I want you to understand, because influence and persuasion, this starts with how you look. And let me ask you a question, right? If you have a new piece of clothing, right, or you've got a new pair of shoes on, or you get the new haircut, right, how do you feel? Do you have more confidence when you have those things? How do you feel when you walk out of your home knowing you look amazing? I mean, think about it. When you've gone to a recent wedding, or you've gone to a big birthday celebration, you put some time and some energy and effort into what you're wearing and how you're looking, how do you feel about yourself? Do your shoulders go back more? Do you feel more confident? Well, if that's the case, then can we learn something from that we want to put ourselves in a situation where we are feeling amazing? Because let's think about it. You can have all the strategies and all the systems I'm going to teach you in the world, but if you can't put yourself in a situation where you feel great, you feel amazing, then you're not going to be able to achieve the success that you want to. So when it comes to dressing, I want you to think about that. Think about what people think when they first meet you and what kind of message you're trying to put across to people, because dress is absolutely important in this 21st century of business that we live in as well. Okay, so here's the first key action point. What's one or two things that you can do right now in your wardrobe that you can update, that you can do to make sure that you're putting your best foot forward, you're presenting yourself perfectly so that people can make great assumptions about who they are dealing with? I want you to start writing that down right now, and I want you to put those action points and do it straight after this training. Okay, next step, card. Now, you might have a name card. You might have a business card. If you don't, the reason why this is the second thing I want you to write down is because you need to make sure you've got something professional that you can show people that's got your details on it. So if you don't have a name card or a business card right now, what I want you to do is I want you to get one. Now, even if you're still trying to get into business, having a name card that's got your direct contact details on it, your mobile number on it, your email on it, your name on it, this just shows a little bit more professionalism. Now, the reason I say this is because I go to many events right around the world and I meet these entrepreneurs that are trying to start up a company. I say, well, do you have a business card? I say, I don't have a business card yet. I haven't got one yet. But you're missing opportunities to be able to network with people. So one of the things that I want you to do is this. If you don't have a business card, I want you to get one. And if you've got one, let me ask you a question. Is that business card separating you from other people? I mean, if you look at the card, is it just a plain white card with, a couple of lines on it? Or is it something that shows you? I mean, have you got your face on that business card? Have you got a testimonial on the back of your card of the people that you've helped? What have you done, or what can you do to separate yourself from other people that are in your market as well? So this is only a quick one. But it's important. If you don't have something you can exchange details with people, then you're not going to be seen in the business or the professional world as somebody to do business with. Now, a side note on this as well. When you're in a situation when you get to meet somebody and you're exchanging cards, it's really important that you make sure that you get their details as well. Don't just give out your details, because every time you give out your details, you can't control the situation. Now, one of the things I'm going to teach you as an influencer and as a persuader is that you need to control the situation as much as you can. So if you get their details, you want to instantly give them an SMS or an email or connect with them on social media and let them know it was amazing to meet them and looking forward to catching up with them again. And you want to link up with that person as soon as you can and have a chat with them about maybe how you can serve them or how you can do business together. So the goal really is to make sure that when you meet people for the first time that you're linking up with them as soon as you can, you're exchanging details with them, and you're setting something in. So when can you meet them next, and how can you serve them best, And one of the things I'm going to teach you, I can't help it, I'm trying to keep this as a quick guide for you, but I've got so much to give you. But when you first meet people, it's really, really important that when they connect with you, the focus for you is how can you add value to that person? How can you serve that person, as opposed to, is this person a prospect? Can I sell to this person my product or service as well? So the key thing is this. Get a name card if you don't have one. If you've got a company card or a business card, think about how you can improve that. So when you hand it over, instantly people are excited and engaged to want to know more about what you do. But it's imperative that when you're networking with people, you establish when will you speak next? When's the next time you're going to be able to get together? It might be have a coffee, have lunch, or just catch up and talk about how you can help them as well. So 2 things so far. Do you remember what they are? Written right up on here. Dress. Make sure that you are putting your best foot forward. Why can't you dress up? Who cares what other people think when they meet you? How can you put your best foot forward? How can you influence people when they first meet you, knowing that all human beings across the entire planet all make assumptions. They psychologically have been proven. They make assumptions when they first meet somebody on how they speak, on what they're saying, on how they're looking, how they're dressing. All of this is important because when people first meet you, one of the first critical things they're thinking about is, how is this person important in my life? Now again, they're either consciously thinking of that or subconsciously by how much time they give you. You can influence that by your dress and by what sort of card you have, or if you have a card in the first place when you first meet somebody. So remember what I said. Today is about giving you a couple of quick things you can do to instantly improve your life and instantly start to have money coming in. Now I can say that because I know from experience that when these 2 things are done and they're done properly, you're going to be closing more deals more often just from those first 2 points. Does that make sense? I'm pumped about this. I'm excited to be sharing this material with you. Here's the second thing I want to give you. The third thing I want to give you now. The third one is this. ART. Now this is a big one I'm going to be sharing with you, right? But when it comes to ART, that's about understanding in the 21st century, the way you position yourself, the way you position your personal brand is imperative. Now, over my years of doing this, I've had the great privilege of sharing the stage with some of the biggest business names and icons in the world, from the Arnold Schwarzeneggers to the Jay Abrahams to Richard Branson, who I mentioned before, and be able to headline with these guys and headline events and teach people just like you about how to change their business and their personal life. And what I love about these people is that they understand there's an importance between growing your company brand, right, which is separate from you, and then growing your personal brand, which is really you, and how you can influence those 2 things together. So let me ask you a question. Even if you're in business right now, or if you have a job right now, could you do better at showing your personal brand? So if you're employed by someone right now, how can you grow your own personal brand outside of what you do? Or if you're a business owner, are you spending all of your time trying to just grow your company brand and not focus on how you can grow the brand of yourself? I mean, if you look at Sir Richard Branson for an example, and I recently wrote about him in one of my books that's been released called Think Like. And Think Like, I talk about Sir Richard and what he's done, and he's got the Virgin Group, which is very well known, which has got over 400 companies. But what he also has is he has the Sir Richard brand, right? The brand that people want to learn from, they want to listen to, they want to do business with, and that in itself is a brand that is separate from Virgin, which is worth money, which is worth revenue, which is influencing, and it's persuading as well. So ART, now I go into depth with this a lot, especially in any of my live training stuff. I go in depth when it